No doubt you have heard that the peaceful worship of Jehovah's Witnesses is under attack in Russia. Just 1 week ago, on March 15, the Russian Ministry of Justice filed a claim with the Supreme Court of the Russian Federation seeking to declare our religious organization as extremist or criminal in nature and ban our activity. What can we personally do to support our brothers and sisters in Russia? All congregations are being invited to share in a letter-writing campaign so that government officials and others of high rank will know how we personally feel about this great injustice. You will find more information in the newsroom section of jw.org.
Well, well, well. Look like my prayers are slowly but surely being answered. What do I mean by this? What I mean is that in my video I made about a year ago about pedophilia within Jehovah's Witnesses, I said I can't wait till every religion on earth is gone. Because all religion is a way for men who want power and money to take advantage of other people in order to accomplish their means. If I want power, I go find the weak individuals to power. Who do the bullies pick on? Who do the bullies pick on? They pick on the ones who they perceive as weak. And why do they do that? Because they want power over somebody else. You understand what I'm saying? Con men and con artists and scam people. They want money. They go after people they feel is not going to pay too much attention. And so that's all religion is. It's a scam, a tennis racket, all kind of stuff that you can name it, man. They wasn't lying back in the day. Religion is snare in the racket, and that includes Jehovah's Witness, because all it is a way for 7 men in New York to have power over people, but also live in luxury while its members are struggling. So I can't wait till all religions, man. Ban them all. Russia banned all the religions in your country. Ban the Muslims, ISIS, the Amish, Jews, I'm about to say Muslims. That's how bad I want Muslims gone. But the thing is, ban all these religions, man. It's a waste of time, man. Religion is nothing but a way to be, if you want money, go start your religion, man. But if you want to be abused and misled, go join your religion, man. Worship of God does not involve a religion. You understand me? Noah didn't have a religion when he built the ark. He had a relationship with God. God spoke to him. He did what he had to do. He didn't have no church or nothing to go to. He didn't go collect tithes from his kids. No, they worshiped God individually and came together to worship him together. But at the end of the day, their God was their God. They was not part of the religion. Abraham was not part of the religion, man. You don't need a religion. You don't need a religion at all. If you need religion, Abraham was not saved. Do you need religion? Noah was not saved. You don't need a religion, man. All it is a way to be dominated and misled by other people. So good. Russia, go ban every religion in your country, man. Ban everything. I wish they do it all throughout the earth. I'm tired of religion, man. I'm tired of people coming saying you're wrong, and I'm right. And how do you know you're right? How do you know you're right? You don't. You just going by some words of somebody else because your religion started with somebody that died long before you was on the earth. So you don't know what they came up with. A lot of times, your religion is based off the interpretation of the follower of the person who invented your religion. You see what I'm saying? If that person came back today, he's like, this is not even what I even intended to happen. Same thing Jehovah's Witness. I can guarantee you, Charles Russell came back today. He said, this is not even what I wanted, man. Who did this? That Jive Thursday Rutherford, man, I'm about to kick that dude out long before I died, man. I can guarantee you he would have said that. He would have said, that Jive Turkey Rutherford, man, he was way out the door before I died, you know? But that's the thing, man. But anyway, getting back into this, man. Lo and behold, the Supreme Court of Russia has decided to ban Jehovah's Witnesses. Are they going to throw Jehovah's Witnesses in jail? No. If they want to do that, they would have did it. You don't have to ban a religion, throw people in jail. Why they got to ban religion, throw people in jail? No, you just go swoop them up at their house. I don't have to ban a religion, throw people in jail. No, they did that in Nazi concentration camp. I mean, they had to ban the witnesses to throw the witnesses in camp. No, they just went and swooped them up. So their aim is not to arrest Jehovah's Witnesses. This is a fear tactic by that little bald-headed boy up in New York named Sanderson, man. That little bald-headed fat boy, he out there trying to scare y'all.
As you can imagine, a decision by the Supreme Court in favor of this claim will have dire consequences.
Go back to that bunker. Oh my God, I tell you, man, this this whole culture is about fear, man. All they doing is pumping fear in you guys. All they doing is pumping fear in you guys. Please listen, man. Russia is not going to persecute Jehovah's Witnesses more than they persecute them already, man. You understand what I'm saying? Like, people don't think, man. They listen to this dude on TV or the computer and thinking he telling them truth.
In addition, the possibility exists that our brothers could be criminally prosecuted for meeting together for worship, for sharing their faith with others, or even for reading the Bible together. The possibility exists that
No, he got you guys writing letters to Putin. First of all, if you do your research, Jehovah's Witness, or anybody else who's looking at this, what's going on, Putin ain't making a decision to ban it. Putin didn't make the decision. The Supreme Court made the decision to ban Jehovah's Witness. The Supreme Court did that. So why is y'all writing letters to Putin? Putin ain't got time for y'all, man. Putin is doing something else. Putin worried about what Donald Trump doing. He ain't looking at no Jehovah's Witness in this thing. Putin is worried about Donald Trump and they little homosexual love affair, man. Y'all should have been writing to the Supreme Court, man. Putin ain't gonna come down and change what the Supreme Court said. No. The Supreme Court is making the decision, not Putin. Let me tell you why they had y'all writing these letters, because I'm thinking about it. I asked the witness, man, how much them stamps cost? He didn't even know. I'm like, Dad, you don't know? You bought the stamp, but you don't know? These stamps cost 98 cents a piece. It's sent first class over there in Russia. So, I guess you guys, I mean, if there was about 1 million witnesses in America, you guys gave the post office over $1 million profit. So, kudos to you guys, man. Y'all helping the economy. I appreciate that. But other than that, y'all wasting y'all time. Putin seen them letters and threw them things away. You think he read over 8 million letters from you guys? Putin is too busy to sit down. Oh, where that came from? Jehovah? Okay, bring it to me. I don't see Putin sitting in his office reading 8 million letters from Jehovah. I don't see that, man. It's stupid, man. This is a... I'll get into that in a minute, man. But first, y'all remember this thing right here. I want to go through this real quick. I'm gonna bring a little points here, but this is from the July 2013. It's protest and answer. The last paragraph basically puts it in a nutshell because it talks about the accomplishment of what protests do, and it seems like they kind of watered down the accomplishment. But guess what, Joe Witness? You're benefiting from protests in the past. You're benefiting from the protests in the past. Whether you like it or not, you're benefiting from protests in the past. But anyway, Jehovah's Witnesses today believe that God's kingdom is mankind's only hope for a peaceful world. Thus, Jehovah's Witnesses do not engage in protest. They don't engage in protest, right? They don't engage in protest, right? Wrong. I'm going to tell you why. I'm going to get back to this in a minute. It's just so much I want to say. I hope I don't miss nothing. Y'all remember this about neutrality, right? Basically, again, it gives the history of when they talk about Jehovah's Witnesses being neutral and don't vote and don't get involved in warfare and don't get involved in political issues. Their main, if you look at neutrality in this book, look under the chapter that deal with neutrality. They go into the history and say, well, we don't get involved because the first century Christians didn't get involved in politics. Well, by your same reasoning, Jehovah's Witnesses, when Nero started to persecute the Christians in the first century, did they have a letter writing campaign? No. You never see a Christian in the Bible ever write a letter to the government of that country. They wrote letters to each other to encourage each other in the midst of the persecution. When Domitian persecuted Christians, did the Christians write letters to the government? No. Christians never wrote letters to the government asking them to stop their persecution. So if they didn't do that in the first century, then why Jehovah's Witnesses doing it today? If they didn't do it in the first century, you guys shouldn't be doing it today, according to this reasoning book, right? Because that was the whole point of the reasoning book. The Christians didn't do it in the first century, therefore we don't do it today. And that's the point. That's the problem I have with Jehovah's Witnesses. Everything is black and white. And that when you read the Bible, you can't take it literally per se. You got to look at the culture these people lived in and say, is that culture parallel today? If it's parallel today, then maybe we could take it literally. But if it's not, we can't. You can't take it parallel today if it's not. You understand what I'm saying? So what Christians did in the first century, a lot of times can't be translated or carried over in this century because we live in a different era. Okay? You got what I'm saying? You understand what I'm saying, right? All right. Now, why did I bring this magazine up? Because, okay, according to this, Jehovah's Witnesses don't protest. Jehovah's Witnesses do not protest. But riddle me this. Isn't lobbying a form of protest? Isn't lobbying a form of protest? Yes, yes, yes. There's many forms of protest. A lot of times people just create protests with people walking down the street throwing napalms into buildings and tearing stuff up. That's called riot. There's a way to peaceful protest. There's different forms, all right? There's boycotts. That's one form, right? There's sit-ins. That's another form. A sit-in is when you go into a government building and sit down and the police tell you to leave, but you sit in. You sit down, don't move. Okay? There's another one, you walk outside with picket signs. You go outside and do that. Guess what another form of protest is? It's lobbying or doing letter writing campaigns. Look it up, Jehovah's Witness. That's what protest is. You guys are protesting the Russian government. What are you going to do, brother? Do Jehovah's Witness lobby? Do Jehovah's Witness lobby? I'll let them tell it to you themselves. Alright? This is from their website. Frequently asked questions. If you can't see it because of lighting. Why does Jehovah's Witness maintain political neutrality? Okay? Let them explain to you, do Jehovah's Witness lobby? Because this has to do with political neutrality, right? And a lot of people, I know a lot of Jehovah's Witnesses say, well, lobbying, what we're doing is not political. Well, let me see what the governing body had to say. Let me see how they equate lobbying with political neutrality. Okay, here we go. This is from the website. Check it out. Uh-oh. See that?
Why do Jehovah's Witnesses maintain political neutrality?
Good question.
Jehovah's Witnesses remain politically neutral for religious reasons, based on what the Bible teaches. We do not lobby, vote for political
Wait,
parties.
Hold on. What was that? What was that, anime? What you say, anime? Hold on, anime, hold on. I gotta hear that again. Wait a minute. Because right now, Jehovah's Witness is lobbying. Jehovah's Witness is lobbying. Does that apply to the country they live in? Let me play it again, because maybe lobbying just applied to the country you live in. Let me see. Let's see again what the governing body had to say about lobbying.
Why do Jehovah's Witnesses maintain
Why is it doing that to me?
neutrality? Jehovah's Witnesses remain politically neutral for religious reasons, based on what the Bible teaches. We do not lobby, vote for political parties or candidates, run for government office, or participate in any action to change governments. We believe that the Bible gives solid reason.
I am telling you, my friends, my brothers, my sisters, my ex-witness friends, they just told you right there that they are half-sided in what they do. They don't even listen to their own advice, man. You just said you don't lobby, but right now you're lobbying. This drives me wild, man. This makes witnesses like they crazy, man. We don't lobby, but then you going on a rampage writing 8 million letters to Putin. That's lobbying, my friends. And then you're writing to somebody who ain't even doing the thing. It's the Supreme Court.
The Supreme Court is scheduled to consider the claim on Wednesday, April 5.
The Supreme Court.
Sometimes I get frustrated, but sometimes I just gotta go outside and walk and say, you know what? I'm happy to be free. Happy about this nonsense. And it's hypocrisy, man. I'm telling you, everything the government do is going to benefit them, man. They'll move from New York to Warwick, way into the boondocks out there in the woods. That's to benefit them, man. Stephen Lett, what Stephen Lett say? What Stephen Lett say about the thing? The governing body is pleased to thank you for our compound. Yeah, you guys built that for the governing body. Y'all thought they moved because Brooklyn was a bad area? No. That was a landmark, man. They moved because the governing body wanted something bigger, man. And then they knew the real estate of that property over $1 billion. Governing body made over $1 billion on that property, man. That was a good deal, man. If I do so myself, man, that was a good deal. Over $1 billion on that property, and then you're still asking for more money. If I had $1 billion, I wouldn't be asking for more money, man. I wouldn't be asking for any more money if I had $1 billion. $1 billion, I could sit down and chill. But no. The government, the governing body is gonna take that money, and most likely they hide that money. They ain't tell you how much they make off that money. Now, when you go to Kingdom Hall, they tell you how much money is coming in. They tell you that. So the thing, there's a double standard also there, because you go to Kingdom Hall, they read the accounts every month, and they tell you how much money is coming in, how much donations came in, and then they tell you how much is going out, how much they're in the deficit surplus. Not the governing body. Oh no, the only thing they said about that is that we want to tell you that none of your donations went to the building of this work. It went from the money that came from the sale of the Brooklyn property. No, it didn't, man. That Brooklyn property didn't even cost half of what y'all got from that thing, man. Y'all got over $1 billion for that sale of that property. Y'all got over $1 billion. I'm pretty sure that little Warwick thing didn't cost no $1 billion. I'm pretty sure it didn't cost half $1 billion. But anyway, that's neither here nor there, man. I just wanted to go through that. Here's another form of hypocrisy, because as you seen right there, they say they don't lobby, but they do lobby. They just lie, man. Here's another form right here. This is one thing I didn't appreciate. Okay, I was not born during this time. My parents was, my grandparent was, and this is one of the illustrations of protest. Now, the caption underneath this is interesting. Although some protesters may accomplish their aims, God's kingdom offers a better solution. Okay, what that sounds like to me is that, yeah, all they did that. We still have problems. That's basically what it said. Okay, well, Samuel Hurd, you big old owl looking monkey. How didn't you benefit Samuel Hurd from that protest? How you gonna sit there in that room with them 6 other individuals and let them say that to you, man? How you gonna sit there in the room and say, well, yeah, although, no, ain't no although, man. You understand that that's a human right issue, man. Human right issue is to be able to ride on the bus that you paid for, man. We was paying the same amount as the white folks, man. We was paying the same amount, so we should be able to sit where we want to. That's a human right issue when we're treated less than. You understand what I'm saying? Liquidating no religious building ain't treating nobody less than. You understand what I'm saying? They ain't treating nobody less than. But telling the person you gotta sit on the back of the bus to go through the back door, that's a human right issue. Okay? But I can guarantee you, during the 50s, Joe Witness wasn't writing no letters to the governor or the president at that time. Who was the president at that time? Reagan or Johnson? President Johnson. They wasn't writing a letter to President Johnson at that time. And I guarantee you, if any witness went out there and boycotted this, they would have been called in the back room. So what's the difference between this and lobbying the president of Russia? Isn't this a human right issue? Isn't this a human right issue? But again, Jehovah's Witnesses don't lobby. Yeah, they don't lobby when it don't affect their buildings.
It is quite likely that our branch office near St. Petersburg and kingdom halls throughout the country will be seized by the Russian government.
That's the point. They don't lobby when it don't affect their building. When it affect the people underneath them, oh, trust me, they're not finna speak a word. But once you get in them pockets, baby, that's when they speak a word.
The Ministry of Justice has issued a suspension notice with the aim of shutting down many of our branch activities.
Once you get in them pockets of that watchtower, that's when they finna start speaking. Because I can guarantee you, they wanted to liquidate. I can guarantee the government body wanted to liquidate them buildings. But somebody beat them to the punch. Somebody beat them to the punch. That's what they didn't like. Because Jehovah's Witnesses been persecuted. I mean, there's no need to cover that. Jehovah's Witnesses been persecuted. Yes, they have. All right, Jehovah's Witnesses been persecuted a lot. In fact, during Nazi concentration camps, Jehovah's Witnesses was the first ones to be persecuted, even before the Jews. I mean, that sounds funny because Jews are not a religion. But even before the Nazis started to go down on all the Jews, Hitler went against the witnesses first. Okay? So, they didn't care less about being persecuted. Because to them, to see the witnesses being persecuted to these people up above, it's like, oh man, good. That's showing that if they persecute the master, they persecute you. They always throw that out there.
Our Lord Jesus Christ warned that true Christians would be hated and would face opposition and outright persecution.
What about abortion? Do witnesses lobby or write petitions to stop abortion? That's a human right issue. The baby in a woman's stomach, don't that baby have rights? Ain't that a human right to say I should be able to be born and decide if I wanted to let somebody kill me or not? I mean, I was out in service one day with this brother. We walked by this individual with signs in front of the abortion clinic, Planned Parenthood, and had signs and little images of babies. And we was talking about it. He said, "Well, don't you go out there and protest." I'm like, in my mind, I'm like, I ain't got time to go out there and protest. But I mean, why would you have to tell me that? I guarantee that same brother would never go to the governing body and say, "Don't y'all go protest Russia." No, they would not. The hypocrisy, man. That is just, the hypocrisy of this whole thing is what's bogging me down. Should religion be banned? Yes, it should. In my book, religion should be banned. Does people have the right to worship? Yes, go ahead. Do you need religious worship? No, you don't. And that's what my issue is. Go ahead and ban all religion because I hate them all. I hate them all. If you can be a Muslim, now the thing is, a Muslim can marry 4 women at a time. One Muslim man can marry 4 women. A woman do that, she gets stoned. I hate religion, man. The hypocrisy of all religion, the power struggle of whoever found it. How does man in Islam have more rights than the woman? Ban all of that mess, man. Ban it all. But go ahead and worship who you want to worship, man. I could worship my religion. The thing is, if you're gonna beat somebody because of their worship, that's wrong. But that's different from a religion. You know what I'm saying? Because a religion has somebody at the top of it who's dictating and getting something from other people underneath them that he don't have to live by the same standards. So get rid of it and ban them, man. Ban that mess. Ban all of it. Muslims, Mormons. I'm sorry. I digress. Okay, here's the other thing, man. The talking out 2 sides of the neck of the governing body. Talking out 2 sides of the neck. Because last year they had the little bunker video, right? Last year had the bunker video, and I said it before in my video that wasn't no video about no great tribulation. That was to scare these old witnesses back into submission, man. Because they knew they losing members, man. Everybody know they losing members, man. That's why they keep numbers, man. To keep see how much progress they making, man. It's not to report, it's not to report a yearbook, man. That's for them, man. They care less about reporting a yearbook because they don't report the finances they make in the yearbook. Last year they brought this bunker video, all right? And in that bunker video, where was the people at? Underground. The people was underground, worshiping underground. Now, if the governing body really believed that was going to happen, why are they acting so shocked that this is going to happen right now? Ain't that what you say in your bunker? Wasn't that a prophecy in your bunker video? This is going to happen one day? Ain't it going to happen one day? I seen it in a couple of magazines. You had kids in the basement standing in Watchtower. I seen it in many magazines, man. You guys are putting this people's mind, the witnesses' mind, that eventually we're going to have to worship underground. And when it happened, what do? Big bald-headed boy in New York named Sanderson want to tell all the witnesses write letters. They should have put that in that video, man. No, we wrote letters, but it didn't happen, so now we're down here. No. Y'all was down there having a meeting. That's what the bunker video was. When they down there having a meeting, when they raised their hand answering questions.
How can Psalm 116, verse 12, give us courage right now? Elaine. Thank you. Josh?
When they doing it, when they praying, when
Let's pray together.
somebody conducting.
Darren, could you read Psalm 116 and verse 12?
When somebody asks a question, give an experience.
That's so true. That he's always done good things for us.
Yeah, that was a meeting, man. That was a meeting underground after work was banned. So you did that a couple of months ago, and now all of a sudden you act surprised like it's gonna happen. But again, that little bunker video wasn't about no bunker the great tribulation. That bunker video was to scare you guys that if you guys ever leave, you're not gonna be allowed in this bunker. So stay here because Kevin, if he come knocking on his door, he's not getting in. He might be an informant. I think that's it right there. I think that's pretty much it. That's all I want to say, man. I'm sorry I came in late. I know the band going. I got dealing with a lot of stuff. But oh yeah. By the way, man, let me tell you this, man. I actually, when I sat down, I thought about it. You know, I wrote a letter. I wrote a letter to Putin. Okay. Thing is, I didn't send it off. I just wrote a letter. Here's a letter I wrote. For those don't know, in ancient Hebrew, letters are different from English. Okay? I'm going to bring this up in a minute. But ancient Hebrew, letters had meanings. They were not different symbols that made up words. No, they were words within words. In fact, in the Hebrew Bible, you'll hear something called acoustics, meaning that hidden within the chapters or the verses, even though they didn't have it a long time ago, hidden within the scrolls, they had different letters that would have a certain secret code within it. Am I talking about they have a secret code about? No. I'm talking about in the book of Esther. Even though God's name is not in the book of Esther, they have something called acoustic. The first 4 letters of each line spells God's name. That's an acoustic. Okay? Psalm 19 and a couple of Psalms, they have an acoustic, meaning that the first letter of each verse in that chapter, each sentence in chapter 119 of Psalm and a couple others, starts with a certain letter. Because letters in Hebrew mean something. You understand what I'm saying? Even if you take the tetragrammaton, God's name, the first letter Y means power. Yah or Yad. Okay? So God's name is not just 4 letters. Those are 4 words that make up his name. And they each have meanings. So what does this name mean? This is an ancient letter that's no longer around. This is an ancient Semitic letter. All right? This is not even part of the Hebrew alphabet anymore. Today it's been transformed to another Hebrew letter. But what it is dying. Look it up. Okay? And this letter means twisted, dark, and wicked. That's what this letter means in Hebrew, ancient Hebrew. So if I were to write a letter to Putin, I would send this letter right here and say, you know what? This is the symbol of the Watchtower Society. Why do I say that? Because first of all, it means twisted. That's what that religion is based off of. Twisted reasoning, twisted logic, twisted scriptures to cause people to do what the governing body wants them to do. Dark, which represents the secrets that the governing body keeps from their members. The governing body the members of the Watchtower never hear about the Australian Warren Commission and the child pedophilia that's covered up. That's kept in the dark from the witnesses. Okay? So again, I would write this letter to Putin. Now, I'm not going to pay 98 cents to send nothing to Putin because I don't care less what Putin do. All right? Unless he send a nuclear warhead over here, I'm not worried about it, man. God will take care of his own. You understand what I'm saying? I believe that. And ain't no 8 million letters going to do anything about that. Because nobody got time to read 8 million letters. I know all of them going to say the same thing. And the last one, wicked. This letter right here in the Hebrew, ancient Hebrew, means wicked, twisted, and dark. Perfect symbol of the Watchtower Society. Why did I say dark or why did I say wicked? What do you mean wicked? Watchtower ain't wicked. Well, when you got rules in place to keep pedophiles within the ranks, when you're not doing anything to protect children, that's wicked. When you have $1 billion corporation and a homeless person can knock on your door and you turn away because they're not studying or because they're not witnesses and you turn them away and you got enough money to feed them, that's wicked. So that's my time, folks, man. I hope you guys enjoyed it. And until next time, I'm out.